This evening, I wanted to honor Pandit Jivan, Pandit Parasuram, and all of our gurus with a special katha from Ramcharitmanas that speaks about the value of the Guru. And I hope that you would learn from this katha as I have learned from studying it. But first, let us start with the Guru. Why the Guru? What is the importance of the Guru? The word Guru is very meaningful. It's a very beautiful Sanskrit word. And it has a very beautiful definition as well. It consists of two separate words, Gu and Ru. And when you put them together, of course, you get Guru. So we say in Sanskrit that Gu Shabdastu. The word Gu Shabdastu, Andhakaraha. Gu represents ignorance, the darkness of ignorance. So Gu Shabda Andhakaraha. Andhakara means darkness. In this case, it means ignorance. Ru Shabdastu. So under the letter Ru Shabdastu, Tan Nirodhakaha. That which removes is Ru. So Ru means that which removes. Tan Nirodhakaha. Andhakaraha Nirodhastvat Guru iti abhidhyayate. So Gu is ignorance, the remover is Ru. So Guru means the one who removes ignorance. Andhakara nirodhastat Guru iti abhidhyayate. This is the definition of a Guru. One who removes avidya, one who removes ignorance. Because this dharma, this Hindu dharma, is a dharma that is centered on wisdom, on jnana. And the source of wisdom, the source of jnana is the Guru. So this is why we chant, if you pay careful attention to Guru Stotram. I recited 3 verses of Guru Stotram only. Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam. Akhanda mandala, the entire universe, that which has created, or that from which the entire universe has come, Akhanda mandalakaram, the one who has created the whole universe, tat vyaptam yena characharam, and who exists, who lives in everything that he or she has created. Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam, the one who is the source of all that exists, and the one who also lives, who exists in all that is created. Tat padam darshitam, the one who enables me to recognize that one, to know that one. Tat padam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. I bow to the teacher who has helped me to understand the one from whom everything has come and who exists in all things. Ajnana timirandhasya. When my eyes were covered, blinded by what? Ajnana. Timira is an interesting word. It means cataract. Timira is cataract. So, when your eyes are covered with cataract, you don't see. So, ignorance is like that. It blinds us to seeing clearly. So, ajnana timiran, the cataract of ignorance. When my eyes are blinded by the cataract timira of ignorance, ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana. Interesting. Maybe when I think of this, anjana means drops, ointment. So it is possible that in ancient India, they may have had an ointment for the removal of anjana, ointment for the removal of cataract. So he says, just as we would have used the ointment, Anjana, for the removal of this cataract that blinded or obstructed my vision, Jnananjana Shalakaya, the one who removed my ignorance, Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So the Guru is the remover, Guru, the remover of ignorance. And as you know, when Tulsidas sat to write Hanuman Chalisa, he doesn't begin with Sri Ram. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudhar Varanao Raghuvara Vimala Jasa Jodaya Kapalachar. He begins first with his Guru. And he puts it very beautifully. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja. With the dust of my Guru's feet, I purify the mirror of my mind. Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukuru. The mirror of the mind I purify. Varanao Raghuvara. And then Varanao Raghuvara Vimala Jasa Jodaya Kapalachar. And then he praises Sri Ram. Panditji, this famous doha by Kabir Das. Kabir, the famous teacher, this famous, well-known doha. Guru Govinda dono kharke, kisko lage pai. So Kabir says, that in front of me stands my Guru and Bhagavan. Guru Govinda dono khare, kiske lago pai. To whom I should bow first? Whose feet I should first touch? He asks himself. Kiske lago pai. And then he says, Balihari Guru Aapne Govindiyo Batai. First I will bow to my teacher, Balihari Guru Aapne. Why? Because without you, I would not even recognize. I would not even know that the Lord is there, that Bhagavan is there. So I have to go to the Guru first. Balihari Guru Aapne Govindiyo Batai. Because you made me recognize. Because of you I knew. I understood. So he also pays obeisance to his Guru. It's a very beautiful doha by Kabir Das. One question, many people ask today, and I just want to comment very briefly on it. Now we have many books. We have the internet. And there's a lot of information, a lot of religious teaching on the internet. There are lots of books published. Why do you still need a guru? Why can't, the internet be the teacher? Why can't we learn from books? Why do you still celebrate Guru Purnima? What is the importance still of a guru when you have all of these sources of information and knowledge? Some people say that the importance of the guru was belonged to an earlier era when people could not read, and when the guru was the only one who was able to read the Shastras, read Shruti, read Ramcharitmanas. So people looked to the guru for knowledge because people were illiterate. But now they say, or they may say, we have other sources of knowledge. Why? Why the guru? There is a very important reason why these sources are not adequate. And we still need the living guru. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. That when you want to seek knowledge, religious knowledge, tad vidhi pranipatena, go to a teacher. Pariprashnena, ask questions. Ask him or her questions. Pariprashnena sevaya. Serve the teacher in humility. Pariprashnena sevaya. And this teacher will remove your ignorance. You know, let me probably put it to you like this. Just an example. Suppose you wanted to drive from Avocat village. You've never been to Ikakas. You want to get from Avocat village to Ikakas. You don't know the roads, but you want to get there. Right? I could give you some directions and say, here are directions from Avocat village to Ikakas. Perhaps you will get there. But maybe the roads might be closed some places, and the directions that I gave you are no longer valid. Once you come to an obstacle, you don't know where to turn because you have one set of directions. But let us say I have been there many times before. I know all of the roads. And I know if a road is closed, what is an alternative for you also? And I say to you, you want to go to Ikakas? I will come with you. I will sit with you. I'll drive with you. I'll be at your side. Which one is preferable? To have me as your company, because if there is a problem, I am there with you. I know all the terms. I know all the alternatives. And this is the role of the Guru. Someone who is with you on this journey of life. Just as important, and I speak of this from personal experience. You will not receive, a book cannot give you love. Social media cannot give you love, unconditional love. But a guru can. A guru is a relationship in which you receive unconditional love. And that's very special. That is extraordinary. It is so extraordinary that one of our great teachers, Shankara, he describing the love of the Guru, he says, Ahetuka daya. Ahetuka daya. It is love without any conditions. Ahetuka daya. The love of a Guru is a love that has no conditions. It is always given. Unconditional love. And it is in that love that one can grow spiritually. It is not knowledge alone that enables us to grow spiritually, but it is the love of a Guru that nurtures us, that nourishes us. That doesn't mean that one should not learn from other sources, good sources, but there is no substitute for the living teacher. And this is our tradition, that jnana is always best sought from someone who knows it and has made it part of his or her life. This is the teacher. This is the Guru. This is the one to whom we go. In the Ramcharitmanas, which is the katha that I want to offer in honor of our Gurus here, Goswami Tulsidas, many of you are familiar with Ramcharitmanas, he begins with a beautiful meditation on the name of God, Ram Naam. And this is how Tulsidas talks about the beauty of the name of God. Ram Sukantha Vibhishan Do, राखे शरण जान सबको। राम सुकंठ विभीषण दो, राखे शरण जान सबको। नाम गरीब अनेक निवाजे, लोक बेद बर बिरद बिराजे। नाम गरीब अनेक निवाजे, लोक बेद बर बिरद बिराजे। श्री राम जय 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 राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। राम भालू कपी कटकु बतोरा, सेतु हेतु श्रम कीन्ह न थोरा। राम भालू कपी कटकु बतोरा, सेतु हेतु श्रम कीन्ह न थोरा। नाम लेत भव सिंधु सुखाही, करहु विचारु सुजन मन माही। नाम लेत भव सिंधु सुखाही, करहु विचारु सुजन मन माही। श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 So beautiful meditation on the name of God, Sri Ram. Ram Sukantha Vibhishana Do. So he says Sukantha is Sugriva. Sugriva and Vibhishan were two people who were helped by Sri Ram when he was avatar. Rakhe Sharana Jana Sabako. So we all know that these two people received the grace, the help of Sri Ram. Naam Garib Aneka Nivaje. But how many more were blessed by Sri Ram merely by reciting his name? As an avatar, even the avatar with a physical body has certain limits. When Bhagavan becomes avatar, he assumes certain kinds of limits. But the name is limitless. The name is always a source of help. The name is always a source of blessing. So these two were help, but Nama Gariba Aneka Nivaje. We can't count how many received the grace of Ram merely by Ram Nam, by taking Ram's name. Ram Bhalu Kapi Kataku Batora. In his life, Ram built one bridge. Ram Bhalu, with the help of others, with the bears, the kapis, the monkeys, Ram was able in his life to build one bridge, to cross the ocean from the tip of India to Sri Lanka. Just one bridge. Naam later. But how many, Tulsidas asked, countless numbers crossed which bridge? Bhavasindhu. How many have crossed the bridge of life? He says. What a remarkable thought from Tulsidas. How many have crossed the bridge of life? Bhavasindhu. How? Naam later. By taking the name of Ram. How many bridges people crossed? Bhavasindhu, samsara, the ocean of life, millions and millions, and even today they continue to cross merely through the name. So he says, the name is greater than Ram. So Ram Nam, Tulsidas is arguing at the beginning of the text, is greater than Ram himself through these. So think about this, he says, how this name becomes a bridge. So it is not so difficult for us to understand, Tulsidas's argument here. After all, even the avatar is born. Ram was born in Ayodhya. He lived. And even the avatar at some point in time has to give up this body. But the name has no such limits. The name is not limited by place. The name is not limited by time, like the physical body of Ram is. So that's not so difficult to understand when he says that the name is greater than Rama's avatar. But in Uttarkand, he makes a little more difficult argument. Really interesting also. And this is how he puts it in Uttarkand. भाव सहित खोजै जो प्राणी, भाव सहित खोजै जो प्राणी, पाव भगति मनि सब सुख खानी। भाव सहित खोजै जो प्राणी, पाव भगति मनि सब सुख खानी। मोर मन प्रभु अस विश्वासा, राम ते अधिक राम कर दासा। मोरे मन प्रभु अस विश्वासा, राम ते अधिक राम कर दासा। श्री राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय जय रामा। श्री राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय जय रामा। So if we can say, well, we understand what Goswami Tulsidas says when he says that the name is greater than Ram himself. How about this? More mana prabhu asa vishwasa. So he said, but this is also my conviction. Ram te adhik, Ram kara dasa. That greater than Ram himself is the servant of Ram. Not the name here, Ramadasa. The Guru is Ramadasa. That Ram, the servant of Ram, is greater than Ram. Ramate adhik, Ram karadasa. So he makes this claim. Greater than God himself, Sri Ram himself is the one who serves Ram. So naturally, when he writes this, or someone listens to Tulsidas, Goswami Tulsidas saying that the servant of Ram is greater than Ram himself, how could he say that? What is behind this claim? This is a little more difficult than saying the name is greater than Ram. The Ram Das is a human being with limited knowledge, limited powers. And Ram is Sarvagya, all knowledge, Sarva Shaktiman. As a human being, the servant of Ram is Alpa Gyan, limited knowledge, Alpa Shakti, limited knowledge. And Tulsidas is saying that the servant of Ram is greater than Ram. What is behind this claim? To say that the Guru, as I am saying, Ram Das is the Guru. The Guru is greater than Bhagavan himself. Ramate adhik Ram karadasa. And he gives an extraordinary example to say why I am making this statement. Why I can say this, he says. Ram Sindhu Ghana Sajjan Dhira Chandan Taru Hari Sant Samira. Ram Sindhu Ghana Sajjan Dhira Chandan Taru Hari Sant Samira. Sab kar phal hari bhagati suhai so binu santana kahu pai. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 So as a great Guru himself, Tulsidas explains why he says Ramate adhik Ram karadasa. Ram Sindhu. He says Sri Ram is the ocean. Ram Sindhu. Sindhu is the ocean. And you know, when you study Ramcharitmanas, the name of Ram that is most commonly used by Goswami Tulsidas in the whole of the Ramayana, you can count, is Daya Sindhu. For him, Ram is Daya Sindhu, the ocean of compassion. But here he says, Ram is the ocean, the Guru, Sajjana Dhira, the Guru, the virtuous teacher, Sajjana, constant teacher, the firm, constant teacher, Sajjana Dhira is the Ghana, the clouds. Ram is the ocean, the Guru is the cloud. So what is behind this example? So actually, think about it. All water essentially comes from the ocean and goes back to the ocean. You know, it is the waters of the ocean that comes, is transformed as rainfall. We use it. Eventually, it makes its way back again to the ocean. So the ocean is the primary source of our ocean, of our water supply. It's deep. It's vast. There's more water than earth itself. Even our bodies, the content of the body is largely water. When we stand on the shore of the ocean, you know, we are filled with a sense of awe and mystery and admiration and humility. So the ocean is there. But it is the clouds that bring the blessings of the ocean to us. Ghana. Rama Sindhu Ghana Sajjana Dhira. The virtuous teacher is like the clouds, the one who brings the blessings of the ocean to us and lets it pour as rain. Without clouds, we don't receive the waters of the ocean. The cloud is the instrument of bringing that water to us. The ocean can be full all around, and we can be in drought unless those rain clouds. How much we long for rain clouds. Just think about it. How much we long for those rain clouds when it's dry and hot and the earth is parched and thirsty. And then we see the dark clouds coming and we rejoice. The rains are coming. The cloud is the instrument of bringing that water for us. In a similar way, the teacher opens our eyes, brings the blessings of is the instrument for our knowledge and our receiving of the blessings of the divine. And there is so much in this example to think about. Not only is the cloud the instrument of bringing the waters of the ocean to us, but when it pours that water, it does so unconditionally. I spoke earlier about the Guru as an unconditional source of love. When the rain falls, it falls on everyone. It gives generously. Rain doesn't select which person it's going to bless with its healing waters. It's given to all. And that's compassion, that's generosity. So Rama Sindhu Ghana Sajjana Dhira Chandana Taru Hari Santa Samira. He says God is the Chandana Taru, that Sri Ram is the sandal tree. Chandana Taru Hari. Hari, Sri Ram, is like the sandal tree. Chandana Taru Hari, Santa Samira, the Guru, the Santa, Sadguru, Santa, is the wind. Chandana Taru Hari, Santa Samira. So the sandal is there, the sandal tree is there. If it's still, you will not smell it. You will not get its fragrance. The fragrance is brought to us by the wind. Chandana Taru Hari, Santa Samira. The virtuous person, the teacher, is the wind that brings the fragrance of that sandal tree to the student, to the shishya, to the disciple. So the sandal, gives us beautiful fragrance, but it's the wind that conveys its perfume to us. So this is what Tulsidas is teaching us, is something very deep about the nature of God, about the nature of Bhagavan, the nature of Sri Ram. It helps us to understand this example about the role of the Guru, like the clouds, like the wind, the cloud that brings the refreshing waters to the earth, or the wind that brings the fragrance of the sandal tree to us. We all pray for God's blessings in our lives and in the lives of those we love. But we have to also know how to recognize that blessing when it does come. Because very often, when our prayers are answered, we may not recognize that answer, because we might be expecting an answer or a response that is very different from what we expect or what we want. And I think Tulsidas in this verse is reminding us that Sri Ram's grace, Sri Ram's kripa, Sri Ram's blessing, Sri Ram's prasada comes to us in a very powerful and concrete way in the love of the Guru, in the love of the teacher, in the compassion of the teacher, in the goodness of the human being, of another human being. These are the instruments. Good human beings, virtuous human beings, like gurus, are the instruments through which God blesses us, through which we experience God's kripa. If we don't understand this, we may miss the many blessings that flow into our lives through the generosity, through the gifts of others. You must have heard this story. I'll just tell you again in case you didn't hear it. There was this man was sitting in his home one day when he heard a very loud explosion. And he saw people running from their homes, and he discovered, because he lived very close to a dam, that the dam had burst, and the water was coming to flood the village in which he lived, and everyone was seeking to escape very quickly. There wasn't much time. And he noticed the water rising in the street in front of his home. He felt a sense of panic. He knew that there was danger, but he decided to stay in his home because he said, I trust that God will protect me. I am a devotee of God. God will not allow anything terrible to happen to me. So as water reached the window of his home, some of his neighbors came by. They had a boat, and they came by and they told him, come with us, jump in, because the waters are rising, and soon you will not be able to escape. So he said, no. I prayed to God, and God will take care of me. And the water continued to rise. And he went to the second floor. And then another group of people came by and said, please come, where we've just come, where the water is very high and it's coming your way. Come with us, we have room in this boat for you. We'll take you to safety. And he said, no. God will save me. Water kept rising, and eventually he ended up on his roof. On the roof of his home, a member of the fire service came because they were flying with helicopters, and they saw him on his roof, and they offered to help him also, and he still refused to help. I trust in God. God will not let me down. So, of course, he eventually drowned. And as the story goes, he came before Bhagavan, and he complained noisily, what I trusted you, I prayed to you, you said you would answer all of my prayers, that I can trust you. What happened? Why didn't you save me? And in the story, God said, I tried 3 times. I came 3 times and begged you to come with me, and you refused. There's only so much I can do. So he failed to recognize that in these good neighbors who came to help him, this was the divine presence. This was God's action. And that's so we have to recognize blessings when they come to us. And we have to recognize who are the instruments of this blessing. The second lesson of this teaching of Tulsidas is that we also have, not only our gurus, but we also have responsibilities as disciples, as shishyas of our gurus. All of the responsibilities are never with the guru. There are also responsibilities for the disciple, for the shishya, that we also, like our gurus, we have to become the clouds. The guru becomes, as I said it before, when I was speaking about learning from books or learning from the internet, one of the important roles of the guru is to show us what is possible. The guru becomes an exemplar of what is possible. That, virtue is not simply a word, but that virtue can be something that one lives. The embodiment, the teacher is the embodiment of virtue, the embodiment of that wisdom. And that is what we must aspire to become. So the guru shows us what is possible. A book can't show you what is possible. But a living guru who embodies the wisdom can show you what is possible, what you can become. And so we also have to aspire and be inspired by our teachers to become like the rain clouds, like the wind that brings the fragrance of the sandal tree to others. And we can continue thinking about Tulsidas's example because it's so deep. Clouds and wind are always active. He uses an example of two elements that are always active. Always rain clouds are clouds, they're moving. The wind is in constant motion. That's why Hanumanji is Pavanaputra. He's like the wind. He serves through constant movement. Tulsidas says at one point in his Ramcharitmanas, Rama Bhagata Parahita Nirata Paradukha Dukhi Dayal. Rama Bhagata Parahita Nirata. The worship of Ram Bhagat, Parhit Nirat, is always active, Parhit. Always active in serving others. Paradukha Dukhi Dayal. Wherever there is suffering, there is the servant of Ram. Paradukha Dukhi Dayal. There the compassion of God is expressed through the Ram Bhagat, through the servant of Ram. So, when you look at the murtis, so here is the murti of Durga Mata. And Durga Mata has many hands. One way of understanding the significance of the many arms of Durga Mata is that these are our arms. These are meant to represent our arms, in the sense that we must become the instruments. The arms of Durga Mata, the many arms of Durga Mata are our arms, because we must become the instruments through which her love is conveyed, expressed, acted out in the world. It is not far-fetched to say that Sri Ram could have accomplished all of his purposes on his own. He didn't really need help to accomplish his purposes. He could have accomplished his purposes on his own. But we are meant, part of the purpose of our lives is to express God, to become God's instruments. And we see this throughout Ramcharitmanas. For finding Sita Mata, he sought the help of Sugriva. He could have done it on his own also. But he seeks the help of a human being. There's something very, very deep there, something very important there. He sought Sugriva's help. He went to Sugriva, help me. Right. When he wanted to build a house, he went to Valmiki. Please tell me, show me, teach me about these forests, where I can find a suitable place to build this home. When he wanted to cross the river, he looked for a boatman. Please take me across. A Kevat. He found a Kevat to take him. When he wanted to build a bridge, he turned to others. To the whole creation, human and non-human, to build this bridge. So there is something that we have to learn there, that we are meant to become the arms, the legs, the voice of God. To be arms for those who are without arms, to be the legs for those who don't walk, to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. When we do this, we are fulfilling the purpose of our life. This is what the gurus do. The gurus are the arms of those who are without arms. They are the legs of those who are without legs. They are the voices of those who cannot speak. And we are meant to become the arms, the legs. We are meant nimitta matram bhava savya sachin. Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, he could have won that battle for Arjuna anytime. There's even you turn to Bhagavad Gita. Right? He just became his charioteer. But he says, Arjuna, nimitta matram, you become my instrument. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. Become my instrument, Arjuna, on this battlefield. Become my arms. Serve my purpose. God will not do for us the work that we must do for ourselves. Let me put it that way. God will not do for us the work that we must do for ourselves. Because we must become responsible human beings. Ramate adhik, Ram karadasa. That's a great blessing that God has given. You know, I want you to be my instruments. And in being my instrument, you're even greater than I am. It's a great gift. It's a great opportunity. You know, I have read many times and given many kathas on Uttarkand. Bare bhagya manushatanu bhava, sura durlabha sabhagrantana gava. Many interpretations. This is one interpretation I'm giving tonight. Bare bhagya manushatanu bhava. That is, it is a wonderful blessing to be a human being. Why? Because you can be the servant of God. You can be Ramdasa. You can become the arm, the leg, the voice, the shoulders of God. There is nothing more precious than that opportunity. So with this katha, this is the katha that I offer tonight to our gurus here. Ramate adhik, Ram karadasa. That the servant of Ram is greater than Ram. Ram Sindhu, Ram is the ocean. Ghana Sajjana, the virtuous person is the cloud. Chandana Taruhari, the God is the sandal tree. The servant of God is the wind that brings the fragrance of the sandal tree to us. This is what our teachers here have committed themselves to. And I say, it is that to which we must all commit ourselves. Because Sri Ram has entrusted upon us the responsibility to be his instrument in this universe. And we fulfill our lives when we become those instruments. So on the occasion of Guru Purnima, let us all aspire to be Ramdasa, to be the servants of Sri Ram in this world. मन तेरा बोले राधे कृष्णा, मन तेरा बोले राधे कृष्णा, मन तेरा बोले राधे कृष्णा, मन तेरा बोले राधे कृष्णा। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। पंछी बोले राधे कृष्णा, भंवरे बोले राधे कृष्णा, पंछी बोले राधे कृष्णा, भंवरे बोले राधे कृष्णा। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन बोले राधे कृष्णा, वीणा बोले राधे कृष्णा, बंसी बोले राधे कृष्णा, वीणा बोले राधे कृष्णा। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। वृंदावन में राधे कृष्णा, बरसाने में राधे कृष्णा, वृंदावन में राधे कृष्णा, बरसाने में राधे कृष्णा। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। मुनि जन बोले राधे कृष्णा, गुनी जन बोले राधे कृष्णा, मुनि जन बोले राधे कृष्णा, गुनी जन बोले राधे कृष्णा। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। हम सब बोले राधे कृष्णा, सब जग बोले राधे कृष्णा, हम सब बोले राधे कृष्णा, सब जग बोले राधे कृष्णा। जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।
गुरु मातु पिता गुरु बंधु सखा, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। गुरु मातु पिता गुरु बंधु सखा, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रियतम तुम्ही प्राणनाथ तुम्ही, प्रियतम तुम्ही प्राणनाथ तुम्ही, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। गुरु मातु पिता गुरु बंधु सखा, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तुम्ही भक्ति हो तुम्ही शक्ति हो, तुम्ही भक्ति हो तुम्ही शक्ति हो, तुम्ही मुक्ति हो मेरे सांब शिवा, तुम्ही मुक्ति हो मेरे सांब शिवा तुम्ही मुक्ती हो मेरे सांब शिवा गुरु मातु पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तुम्ही प्रेरणा तुम्ही साधना तुम्ही आराधना मेरे सांब शिवा तुम्ही प्रेरणा तुम्ही साधना तुम्ही आराधना मेरे सांब शिवा तुम्ही आराधना मेरे सांब शिवा गुरु मातु पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तुम्ही प्रेम हो तुम्ही करुणा हो तुम्ही प्रेम हो तुम्ही करुणा हो तुम्ही मोक्ष हो मेरे सांब शिवा तुम्ही मोक्ष हो मेरे सांब शिवा तुम्ही मोक्ष हो मेरे सांब शिवा गुरु मातु पिता गुरु बंधु सखा गुरु मातु पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम
was one of the first local pandits to record with Indian artists of India. And he recorded a very famous song, a Guru Bhajan. And the music was done by Ravi. And the song was Balihari Re, Balihari Re. So he's going to sing this song tonight.
Thank you, daughter. Sit around, everybody. ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा ॐ श्री गुरवे नमः बोलो बच्चों श्री गुरु महाराज की जय Sit around again everybody. You see, the truth is, after Devta presents a katha of that caliber, nobody should talk afterwards. It's like you get nice sweet rice and you might bite garlic. After wonderful words like that, we should all go home saying, Hari, Hari, thank you Bhagwan for the blessings. I would just like to say a few words so we wouldn't forget the gems, the jewels, the raindrops we had today. Amrit Varsha actually. I'd like to thank the President and all members of this mandir for considering me to be honored at the side of somebody like Pandit Parashuramji. Because whenever I travel to America and Canada, other places, their families say, Baba, we never had any children. And when he came and did puja, our house was blessed. I feel honored, not just because he's the brother of my Dulahin, but because he's worthy of honor. To be the side of him to be honored, that's a great honor for me. I'd like to thank members of the mandir and all of you for blessing me to be here. You see, when you're being honored by somebody of the caliber of this Vyasji, that's another thing by itself. Because all over the world, he's honored. Not just about knowledge and wisdom about the Hindu scriptures, but Hinduism is taking a beating in many parts of the world. Children might not know. We need people of this caliber. And when we know they are out there, like Daddy is there with us, I don't have any fear anymore. Hinduism is safe once we have educated people with the versatility and knowledge and wisdom and carriage that this Baba has. I am honored that you could sit there, but they wanted me to choose you. Little old me from Karoli. And there is this, person so educated and so knowledgeable in Dharma in other places in the world. It humbles you. And he was telling us, remember some things, every point you were saying, like seeds planting in the hearts of good people, blossoming at the same time with life. Know the way, go the way, and then show the way. Some of us want to show the way, but we don't know the way. And if we know the way, we didn't go the way. We didn't go Ikakas. To use this example. Here is somebody who knows the way, who went the way, and is showing the way. He could say, I know it. Why go from Singhasan to Singhasan or stage to stage and teach when people could say and find faults? You have to care enough. In the face of critics, when you come to talk to devotees, you may meet critics. But know the way, go the way, shows the way. And here it is, embodied. Bhagwan bless you, Devta. For saying things so nice about me and Baba, somebody comes from your lips, it's encouraging. Because when Tara Didi tells me about your father and your grandfather on both sides, and what great, I was a little fella when she was getting married, so your grandfather was there too. So I remember him walking with his stick coming down the road. I think his nickname was somebody who would walk. So you come from good genes, these brothers here. Leadership qualities from different levels, we can't go wrong. Don't worry about the nation breeding Rakshasas. We still have good people coming from Trinidad and Tobago. Outstanding people. God bless this family. God bless you. Devta, I was glad to sit next to you. We just finished Devi Bhagavad, and you wouldn't see him sitting with all the Devas and Devis. Why? He was outside serving food to those who came. Just like Krishna Bhagavan in Mahabharata. Let me serve the good people who came. This is knowledge in action. So I am honored, beloved, to be sitting, and I'll give you one secret. Because two people, it's dangerous to give microphones. I won't tell you who they are. One is Apan. This Mandir, Narayan, who is like, Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Om. This reminds me, long time the Pandits didn't have microphone. But people used to hear them because something in their heart used to work very well. Large audiences would hear them without the microphone. God bless your grandfather. God bless those. Devta, your grandfather who gave the land here too, God bless his soul. And all of you, let me tell you, if we sit here to preach all the Brahmgyan, nobody comes. Bhagwan bless you, the Bacha and Bachara. May Bhagwan bless us to be good cows that when you come you get a nice good milk, not poison of hate. Bhagwan bless all of you, beloved children. Now, the bhajan with Bhaiya, he didn't say, would you please say, go sing it. If he said, would you sing it? I said, no, Bhaiya, time and I can't sing that. But my big brother said, you go sing it. How you go tell Devta? No. Now, do sing it like Papa or sing it like me? Papa would go like this. Balihari mai, Balihari mai, Balihari mai, Guru Charan Kamala, Balihari mai, Balihari mai, Balihari mai, Guru Charan Kamala, Balihari. Bolo Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Papa used to say time. Just thank you, Devta. What you have said was meaningful to all of us, and I am truly honored that somebody of your caliber could sit and we could listen to you. Panditji, I am honored to sit by the side of you to be honored. And devotees like yourselves, I'll share a secret with you because you're so disciplined. Right where Babaji was sitting, except I was fitting better because I'm not tall like him. And 32 years ago, I was reading Katha right here, and Panditji's sister was sitting there. And the rest is history. This mandir, 33 years ago, you devotees, your parents, your grandparents perhaps were here too. So this place means so much to me. So to be honored this day, at this time, Panditji, Devtaon, my Dulahan to be was sitting, but I didn't know she was in the crowd. I'll share another secret because I like you so much. She come back to hear me the next night. I love you all and thank you for your honor and thank you for your devotion. May Bhagwan bless you and all your loved ones. Sitaram, everybody. Son?
There's nothing much more for me to do except to say that love, I'm still feeling it. And I know it will go years and years and years. And the next Guru Purnima will come and we'll honor another great Pandit who has continued to serve us. That we will have to consult our spiritual head and the community to determine that. I can't make that decision, but I want that love to prevail. At this point in time, we want to make a little presentation to our honored Guru today, Pandit Jivan Maharaj. And as I said earlier, for those who came in a bit late, Pandit just qualified Pandit Parasuram and his grandfather for donating this land. As I said earlier, the Rambachan family, the Govardhan family, and Pandit Jivan's father, they were the pillars who have us where we are today. At the time of our constitution up to this day, we lived that, we cherished that. So I will ask our dear Dr. Rambachan, Suraj Rambachan, to make a simple presentation. And as you all know, the shawl is the highest honor you can bestow on your Guru. Thank you, Dr. Rambachan. And I have about 8 pages here that I will condense in 2. Who is our Vice President? Sri Devi Samaru Singh. And presently she is in the UK pursuing her studies, a master's in business administration. And she asked that we offer these words to her Guru. And may I take a little bit of your time? It's not 3 pages. Pranam to our guest of honor, Guruji, Pandit Jivan Maharaj, and Mataji Gayatri. I'm not sure if she's here. Is she? No. And the rest of the family, well, I guess the son is just as equal. A special swagatam to Professor Anand Rambachan for joining us with us today to share in his blissful wisdom. To our Guruji, Pandit Parasuram Maharaj, much blessings and love to you for continuing to guide us and share with us. To all other Pandits, specially invited guests, and to each of you who took time out from our busy schedule to attend and celebrate with us, Namaste Sitaram and a warm welcome to each and every one. Today we join in an annual celebration of Guru Purnima, and in this our 2nd year of hosting a tribute to the Gurus in our community. We join in the national community to pay our highest respect and offer our love to Guruji, Pandit Jivan Maharaj. Guruji, please accept my apologies for not being here. However, my mind and heart is here today with you all. I would like to share a small but hopeful and meaningful few words. Guruji Pandit Jivan, like his ancestors and other Pandits across the country, would have made several personal sacrifices to continue to uphold and keep our tradition and dharma well preserved and intact, perhaps as close as in its original form of worship. After several days, I reflected on the experience as Guru Purnima was approaching. I know how richly we are truly blessed to be in the company of such good-hearted and honest Gurus in this country. And for that, we should appreciate their efforts and contribution. They are with us throughout our lives. They come to our homes in times of happiness and sadness and continue to guide families throughout all types of challenges. They dedicate their time, their love, and honest caring towards making a living a more humane and divine experience. Through their efforts, we are blessed to celebrate and preserve our traditions in its authentic form. Today, with great pride and joy, we honor one of these strong pillars of dharma in our community, our own Pandit Jivan Maharaj, who continues to spread his highly infectious thoughtfulness, discipline, dedication, and loving nature wherever he goes. I want to repeat that part, and loving nature wherever he goes. You see why I call him the flamingo? Being my guru, having taken Guru Diksha in this very same mandir many, many years ago, I feel guilty at times for not being in contact with him and his family and visiting him. I apologize to you, Guruji, for that. But rest assured, I try to think of what you may do in situations which would have helped me overcome challenges in the past. Perhaps a reflection on the trait of your guru may result in treating more lovingly to a situation instead of being harsh. Can you imagine Guru Pandit Jivan raising his voice angrily to anyone? Of course not. His permanent smiling face shows contentment and a sign of wisdom. Do not react. Speak less, listen more. In this regard, by simply reflecting and adopting his behaviors, characteristics, and teachings of our gurus to help us tread through life's journeys, this may perhaps be equivalent to touching of the guru's feet to seek his divine blessings. I'll leave you all with these few words to ponder. And to you, Guruji and Mataji, I know you will get it through Sankhya. My humble pranam. May you both remain blessed with best of health and happiness always. Thank you, Sitaram. So those were a few words, and I got to present something to our Revered Guru this evening, and it says, Sri Siddhi Vinayak Avokat Mandir, SDMS branch number 221, with our greatest appreciation, we honor you, Pandit Jivan Maharaj. We join with the national community to thank you for your invaluable contribution towards Dharma over the years. Your loyal and dedicated service continues to play an integral role in our spiritual growth. Guru Purnima 2018. I now present this to our honored Guru. I'm just about 2 steps to complete, and I'll ask my Dulahin, Mona, to do a small presentation to our Revered Vyas, Professor Rambachan. Professor Rambachan Dulahin is sitting quietly here. Do you know today is their wedding anniversary? Wow, come on. Nothing happens before its time. For some reason, the fan was not on. I stepped across. And there it is, my cousin, who, as I said, Goose and Ducklings came from Canada and echoed to me. You know, I pause. I went at their home yesterday, and I presented something to them for their home. And I put a date on it. And he looked, and she looked. And he said 27th, and I tried to figure out, well, Guru Purnima, why? I called him today. And between both of us, we were a bit stunned. Why the expression? Why the expression? This day will not be forgotten again. This day will not be forgotten. I got to take a time out. Congrats. And last but not least, I will ask our spiritual head of the mandir, Srimati Tar Govardhan, to make a small presentation to our constant, what's the name of the bird? Hummingbird, a small presentation. Thank you, Pandit Parasram. Our next Bhauji is sitting somewhere in the audience. And that's the Dulahin of none other than Dr. Suraj Ratan Rambachan. Did you know she was 16 years a day ago? Bhauji Nandini, where are you? She outside? Oh, okay. Well, here. I know the smoke is affecting you, but our love for you on your 16th birthday will always be remembered when you reach 16 more. Nandini, thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing your love and appreciation for being in this community, for supporting this community, for making yourself available to this mandir at short notice and at long notice. Those who have come for the first time, let it not be the last. Those who come here on an often basis, please share with those our Avocat hospitality, our Avocat love, our Faizabad community. I think I changed it to Faizabad. So please extend that to those who have come for the first time. And as we conclude with Arti, Panchamrit, Prasadam, our hospitality area will be next door. We do appreciate if you will share that moment with us so we can understand that love that we have in Avocat for each and every one. May God bless you as we conclude this evening. Sankhya TV, again, we thank you tremendously, and all members of the group, we thank you for being here. God bless you.
As we join in the final offering, we ask Bhagavan to shower his choicest forms of blessings, that Bhagavan, you give us the opportunity to be able to assemble like a family with love and devotion at your feet. May you be pleased with our prayer, shower your blessings upon us, always make us worthy of thy grace and mercy. May your blessings be with us always. We bow to you. May our minds, our thoughts always be pure. May our minds and body always be pure and be healthy. We offer praises to you, Bhagavan. Be pleased with our prayer. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnagum Shanti Swaha. Water, Achman. Om Sarva Papa Haram Divyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Mayaditvam Grihana Parameshwara. Om Banaspati Rasodbhute Gandan Dibyo Ganduttamam Argaya Sarvdevanam Dhupuyang Pratiratam. Om Hrim Sim Sri Agni Vahine Jayaya Divya Swaha. Pass your hand over the smoke, pass it over your body. Om Sharira Rogya Artham Cha Puttpautadikam Tatha Pradasyamo Na Sandeho Vanchit Phalam Labhet. Bolo Sri Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai, Umapati Mahadev ki Jai.
उतारो मन लगाई की गुरु जी के आरती उतारो मन लगाई की उतारो मन लगाई की गुरु जी के आरती उतारो मन लगाई की उतारो मन लगाई की श्री गुरु चरण कमल रघुनंदन श्री गुरु चरण कमल रघुनंदन उनको मैं आरती उतारो मन लगाई उतारो मन लगाई गुरु जी के आरती उतारो मन लगाई मन लगाई सीता और राम गुरु जी राधे और श्याम गुरु जी सीता और राम गुरु जी राधे और श्याम गुरु जी उनको मैं पूजा करूँगी मन लगाई करूँगी मन लगाई उनको मैं पूजा करूँगी मन लगाई करूँगी मन लगाई गुरु जी के आरती उतारो मन लगाई उतारो मन लगाई ब्रह्मा और विष्णु आदि सब देवन, ब्रह्मा और विष्णु आदि सब देवन, उनको मैं सेवा करूँगी, मन लगाएगी करूँगी, मन लगाएगी। गुरु जी के आरती उतारो, मन लगाएगी उतारो, मन लगाएगी। देवो आशीर्वाद गुरु जी अपने कर उठाए के, देवो आशीर्वाद गुरु जी अपने कर उठाए के, लेवो आशीर्वाद भक्तों अपने शिर नवाया के, अपने शिर नवाया के। गुरु जी के आरती उतारो, मन लगाएगी उतारो, मन लगाएगी। गुरु जी के आरती उतारो, मन लगाएगी उतारो, मन लगाएगी। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय, गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय, गोविंद जय जय। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। श्यावर रामचंद्र की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान जी की, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। जय सीताराम।